The parents talked about the past several months and how they learned a lot about themselves during their kids' sleepaway camps on the September 1st episode of Today with Jenna and Friends. The Hager children are Jenna and Henry's biggest parental achievements. Hal, age 6, Poppy, age 10, and Mila, age 12. The children of Savannah and Mike Feldman are Charlie, age 8, and Vale, age 11. A portion of it, at least. Nothing like what we did has happened in 11 years. Savannah said, our 2 kids went to sleepaway camp for 3 weeks. No one at all. Surprisingly, there wasn't much noise. We thought, should we go out to dinner? Is this the greatest thing to do? And for a few days, we kept doing that. In order to read and watch TV, we started going to bed at 6:30 every night. It reminded me of when we were dating. We had no kids, and on a Saturday, you'd wake up and be like, what should we do today? Savannah added another remark. Inspired by Savannah's story, Jenna shared a special moment she had at sleepaway camp with Mila and Poppy. The Fourth Hour co-host said she did not have the same freedom as Savannah because her youngest child was still at home. She did note, however, that Hal started acting differently when he wasn't around his brothers. Being an only child was perfect for him, she said. I raved my girls about his excellent behavior. I thought that Hal had changed a lot since you were gone. In her opinion, he was outstanding. May were the problem, Mila says. Jenna says she reassessed her family dynamic after hearing her daughter's remarks. Charm, humor, and relatability have been the cornerstones of the careers of 2 of America's most adored television personalities, Savannah and Jenna Bush Hager. Viewers will never forget their time spent together as co-hosts of Today with Hoda and Jenna. They maintain their status as stalwarts of daytime television because of their endearing personalities, close family ties, and witty comments. A cancer diagnosis has been a major emotional and practical challenge for Savannah and Jenna, despite their glamorous public personas. The sisters revealed their experiences with cancer, a journey that has altered their lives and taught them lifelong lessons in a startling and heartwarming revelation. This is the story of how they went from being weak to strong through the tangle of their health and emerged on the other side with new perspectives on life, love, and resiliency. A family was rocked to its core by the breaking news. The Hager family experienced a flurry of emotions after Savannah and Jenna received separate cancer diagnoses within a year of one another. Because of their parents, former President George W. Bush and former First Lady Laura Bush, the family was already accustomed to being in the spotlight. Savannah, the older sister, was diagnosed with the rarer and more dangerous form of breast cancer. The diagnosis dealt a devastating blow. Savannah, who was renowned for her exuberance and limitless vitality, was faced with a startling reality. In addition to the physical toll that cancer would have on her, she also had to deal with the mental and emotional toll of a disease that many associate with fear and uncertainty. Even though Jenna's diagnosis was unusual, it was nevertheless startling. Her physician discovered metastases of a particular kind of thyroid cancer to her lymph nodes. Jenna had always been the brave and upbeat sibling, and cancer would test her unflinching courage and optimism. It was a huge task for both women to face their own mortality, while juggling the demands and emotions of their loved ones and the society at large. They made the difficult decision to disclose their illness in the hopes that others experiencing similar circumstances could find solace in their narrative. By demonstrating that there were periods of intense vulnerability, anguish, and panic, they both believed it was important to draw attention to the emotional ups and downs of dealing with disease. Unexpectedly, Section 1, the impact of exposure. The first lesson that Savannah and Jenna learned from their experiences with cancer was the importance of being vulnerable. These women were conditioned by their prolonged exposure to the spotlight to present an image of strength, wealth, and happiness. They gave the impression that they were strong and in control of both their personal and professional lives. However, public opinion has no bearing on cancer. The awful reality of their diagnosis presented them with a level of vulnerability never before experienced. They shared their feelings of vulnerability, fear, and uncertainty with their audiences at certain points. In addition to the apparent physical challenges, they also had to learn how to show vulnerability to those who watched them perform and to those closest to them. Sharing their feelings gave them a surprising sense of strength. They found that being vulnerable was a strength rather than a weakness. As they shared more, they realized that they could build stronger relationships with people by allowing others to see them in their most genuine selves. Their courage in accepting their challenges, whether they were related to health concerns or general personal troubles, inspired many onlookers. Their vulnerability served as a reminder that it's okay to be imperfect and that it can actually promote recovery. Unexpectedly, The second lesson is to look for your mental health and well-being. The second lecture focused on self-care and mental wellness. Jenna and Savannah eventually realized that self-care is more than just a catchphrase. It's a necessity, especially at times of traumatic events. After years of juggling their lucrative television careers with their family responsibilities, prior to their diagnosis, their lives were occupied with television production, public appearances, and interviews. There was hardly any time for reflection or relaxation. But with cancer on the horizon, they had to slow down. They quickly discovered how important psychological and emotional health are. As both women began to prioritize their mental health, they made it a priority to seek professional help, such as therapy, and to give themselves permission to take breaks. In particular, Savannah was honest about the detrimental impact that the stress of her condition had on her mental health. She found solace in journaling, meditation, and savoring time spent with loved ones. Jenna learned similar lessons about the value of mental wellness. Even though her diagnosis came later than Savannah's, she found the hard way that overcoming the mental and emotional obstacles associated with her illness was crucial to a quick recovery. By stressing self-care, they became powerful advocates for the importance of focusing on mental health in the battle against illness. Their stories moved the audience and brought attention to the connection between mental and physical health. Unexpectedly. Thirdly, cherish your friendships and family ties. The next lesson that Jenna and Savannah both learned was the importance of family and community. Their success on their journey was greatly influenced by the support of people closest to them. Both of them talked about how their parents' love and support in particular got them through their cancer treatments. Savannah's relationship with her mother, Laura Bush, became even more significant as she navigated her own health challenges. Throughout their late-night conversations, Laura would provide comfort, courage, and wisdom. Jenna was also loved unconditionally by Henry Hager and his family. The assistance of their friends and family who banded together to support them was crucial to their recovery. Their experiences with cancer taught them that it's okay to lean on others when you're in pain. Both and Jenna talked on the importance of asking for help and the power that comes from having someone you can rely on. Their experiences were a powerful reminder to both them and their audience that loved one support can get them through their most trying times. Unexpectedly, finding one's life's purpose and perseverance. The fourth lesson, last but not least, the women came to understand the importance of having a life purpose. They found a new will to live for themselves, their loved ones, and the causes they supported. When they were faced with the harsh reality of cancer during treatment, Jenna and Savannah found new meaning in their work. In an effort to support others who suffer in silence, they felt driven to use their celebrity to raise awareness of mental illness and cancer. They pledged to fight for cancer research, early detection, and access to treatment. After realizing their voices could make a difference, their appreciation of the small things was further aided by the lessons they learned about family and vulnerability. Being present with their husbands and children, Jenna and Savannah cherished the small victories. Despite the challenges of the journey, both women found great meaning in these daily experiences. Faithfully embracing the future. Today, Savannah and Jenna are both going forward with a new perspective on life. They are healthier, stronger, and generally more grateful for life. As a result, they continue to use their platforms to share their experiences and help others facing similar health challenges. They have learned from their experiences with disease that while life is fragile, it's also incredibly beautiful, even when faced with hardship. Numerous people have been inspired by their courage, candor, and unwavering loyalty to their loved ones. They have demonstrated that there is hope and unexpected lessons to be learned in spite of one of life's biggest challenges. Their goal was to thrive in the face of insurmountable difficulties, not just to defeat cancer. The story of Savannah and Jenna Bush Hager will live on in history as a testament to courage, motivation, and the unquestionable power of family.